Andy B here on the Get Your Home Show. Hello and welcome. This is, of course, the Get Your Home Show. Thank you to Peter who took over my show because I couldn't quite get here on time today. I am here on time now, and if that wasn't good enough, I am joined by Olly Goldenberg. Hello, Olly.
Hey, Andy. Hey, everyone. It's great to be here.
Excellent. Now, we're chatting because a week on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's the Hand in Hand conference. We came last year and I was just overwhelmed. It was, I don't know, how many superlatives? Outstanding, good, enjoyable, interesting, exciting, uplifting. I don't know, loads and loads. And they don't even come close.
Well, that's amazing, isn't it? The Lord's up to something there. I think that's the point. And actually, the Hand in Hand conference. Let's give a bit of context. This is a conference for people who work with children and families in churches. So it's the National Children and Family Leaders Conference, and it gathers together all in one place, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people up in Birmingham to really be inspired, be re-envisioned, connect with each other, and meet amazing exhibitors and speakers and seminars and all that kind of thing. So it's a really, really vast, exciting program. Children's leaders don't want boring things. And this conference is definitely not boring.
No, it definitely wasn't. I didn't even get into the main auditorium for some of the talks and stuff. I was just going around the exhibitors, having chats with them, meeting some of the delegates. That's all we did. I say that's all we did last year. Even that was amazing.
Yeah, I think we've got about 45 exhibitors this year. So lots of people who work with children and families. We've got CPAS, we've got Scripture Union, we've got Bible Society, Rural Missions, and then we've got some smaller organizations as well. And I'm dread that I've started to give names of people. We've got Pure 24/7 Radio going to be there live from the conference itself.
Yes, yes.
And of course, we've got a whole host of other people. Yeah, it's an incredible place to be. It's one place. If you have anything to do with children and families, this is the place to be. And if you know somebody who is, you should say to them, go to Hand in Hand conference. Am I selling this enough at the moment?
I think so. Honestly, there are some brilliant organizations there. Mutual friend Anne-Laure Jackson, I know she's going because we've been chatting about her being there. So there's some amazing people doing such a massive range. I mean, this is the thing. CPAS, if you don't know what that is, the church and something
Pastoral Aid Society.
Thank you, Pastoral. That's just one organization, and there are so many there doing such a massive range of stuff. Some people we met last year because we've opened up some live interviews on the days. Oh yeah, can we meet you again? So that's really exciting. So there's just so much going on. Plus, you've got some speakers as well.
Yeah, we have some amazing speakers. But before we talk about the speakers, Andy, I think I'd love to give something of the heart behind this conference. It's been going 27 years, and my wife and I, Helen, we took it on last year, 2 years ago now. So this is our third year of running the conference. And we've really felt the Lord saying there's 4 pillars to build this on. The first is that every family in our church will be a place of faith formation. This is God's design, that family is the real heart of what happens, that it's family, not on their own, though, supported by the wider church. So this is our second pillar, that every church will be a center for love and for discipleship. And we know many churches are doing that. There's mothers and toddler groups happening. There's schools work happening out of churches. There is food banks and all these. The Church of Jesus Christ in the UK is amazing. And we really want to just fan that into flame even more, saying, how can we be intentional to love the children in our care across the generations and to disciple them? So it's every family, every church. And then our third pillar is that every child in the UK will have the opportunity to hear the gospel at least once. And so we've got this year, we've got a special schools work stream looking at reaching into the schools in that way. And then finally, our fourth pillar, and there's many more things going on. We've got KIC, the guys from KIC coming who do incredible work in schools. We've got counties, they take things around schools. We've got the Bible Comes to Life exhibition. They're represented there. Raise Up Faith, they've got a puzzle pods that they take in. So there's crazy, amazing stuff that's going on there. And our fourth pillar is that we'll be Christ-centered in all that we do. You know, it's Christ who brings transformation. It's Christ who helps families to get strong. It's Christ who helps churches to become all we're called to be. And ultimately, it's the love of Christ that drives us to go out and reach people. So those are our pillars. That's our foundation. And really, this is a gathering of people who share that same heart, who are passionate to see the next generation love the Lord, connecting with church across the generations, and for the next generation to become disciple makers themselves. So we've got, for each of those pillars, we've got amazing speakers who are coming. Do you want me to tell you who they are?
Go for it. Yeah.
So for our keynote sessions, we've got Rachel Turner, who founded Parenting for Faith. She'll be well known to many, many parents. She is a force to be reckoned with. She's an incredibly humorous but poignant speaker. For every church, we've got a smorgasbord of people who are coming to share with us. We've got people from the Bible Society and Rural Missions sharing about getting the word into our children and reaching out to those attenders in the rural settings. We've got Gareth Crispin. He actually works, he's worked for various theological colleges over his time. He currently works, I'm not going to say where because it's a rival station, but there aren't any rivals in the kingdom, are there? But he's going to be talking about every generation working together, the symphonic church, the whole band, the orchestra of church, all working in step. We've got the wonderful Adenike Jimo from Redeemed Church. She works a lot with refugee children, and so she'll be speaking about that work. And Mark Arnold from the Additional Needs Alliance. And then I'm going to be speaking about discipleship. So that's every church. That is going to be an incredible session Saturday morning. Saturday evening, Dave Newton from Scripture Union is speaking on reaching every child every year. And we have the national awards ceremony to celebrate children and family leaders and what the Lord's been doing in this last 12 months. And then on Sunday morning, we've got Marcia Ogunji. Marcia, she's the children's leader for Apostolic Churches UK, and she's going to be sharing on being Christ-centered. We'll be taking communion, we'll be commissioning each other, sending them out to go back into our churches, into our homes, into the settings God's put us to really impact the next generation with the good news of Jesus.
So there's quite a lot going on there. If we haven't already said you need to come, I think you've just done a rather good job, as indeed you should.
Well, we haven't mentioned the breakout groups. That was just the keynote session. So we've got 55 breakout options. I mean, this really is the place to be. The breakout options. And I guess if you're thinking, why am I still listening to the radio? I'm not interested in hand-in-hand conference. I don't work with children. Keep on listening. Let me give you a bit of a flavor of the different aspects, because if we can reach children effectively, actually the whole body of Christ will be healthy. So we've got 10 different seminar streams going on as part of our breakout groups. We've got some 1-hour sessions, 15-minute sessions. We've got lunchtime meetups, and we've got some hands-on activities where you can go and just try things out. And they come in these 10 different breakout sessions. So family is one of our streams. Being intergenerational is another. If you don't like children and you're part of church, you better learn to love them. Jesus said, unless you come to as a little child to me, you can never enter the kingdom. And the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these. He also says, anyone who causes one of these little ones to stumble, it'd be better for him if a millstone were tied around his neck and he was thrown into the sea. So I mean, it really is that we all have a responsibility to look out for the next generation. So looking at intergenerational, with Holy Spirit stream for those who want to see the Holy Spirit moving and help children to engage with the living God. We've got a stream for that. We've got a stream for senior leaders. If you're a church leader and you send along one of your children's leaders, you can come for free as the senior leader of a church, because we want you to be part of this conversation of reaching the next generation. We've got a mission stream thinking about how we can reach the children who are not yet in church, a school stream for those who go into schools to do assemblies, schools work, working as chaplains. I think they've got a section on being a school governor. We've got one of our tabletop sessions. We have some tabletop sessions as well, where you can sit in a small group and discuss things together, which is things like being a school governor, refugee children, parenting as a church leader, writing Sunday school resources, responding to baby loss. So there's lots and lots of things we've got going on, building a children's worship team as well. So we've also got our thinking stream, which we get a little bit more theological. It's not all fun and games in children's ministry. We are deadly serious about the fun and games we have. We've got our Send and Vulnerable stream, which are for children with additional needs and those from challenging backgrounds, prayer and worship stream, helping our children engage with that, and our under fives stream as well. So whatever aspect of children's ministry you're involved in, there's something here for you for sure.
Absolutely. And I mean, you're getting excited about it. I'm excited. I've only been once. And I love let's just go from you walk out of the car park, you get out of your car, in the car park, you walk towards the front door, and what do you get? It's not just a door. There's actually people to greet you. And before we even got through the first set of doors into the porch, into the building, I already felt like I belonged.
Yeah, well, this is we've got an amazing Joy team. The Joy team are an absolute joy. Their job is to raise the joy levels in the place. And that's not just silliness and fun. They also have a pastoral role as well. They're looking for people who are feeling a bit left out, who've had a bit of a tough year, maybe, just to come alongside them and see how they're doing. But they also bring joy by doing fun stuff. You said red carpet welcomes. I know one year they were they were going around to the start of each session whilst you're waiting for your breakout session to begin, and they were playing Pass the Parsnip, which is a bit like Pass the Parcel, but it's with a parsnip, with live violin music. I mean, this is the kind of random stuff they get up to. We were treated to a vegetable orchestra at the last hand in hand from the Joy team. They do a lot of random stuff. They were stood outside the gents' toilets with a bucket of pennies, offering a penny to people as they went in, saying, "Would you like to spend a penny?" So they're there to do some crazy stuff. And we also have our logistics team who are there to guide you as delegates to know your way. And our logistics team, they are all youth. They're all young people, teenagers who are coming along just to serve, because we want to model that intergenerational side, but also they love being a part of it. And so, yeah, there is. We could talk about all these little details. There is so much going on. We've not mentioned the prayer room run by 24/7 prayer, the prayer spaces in schools, guys. Amazing presence of God that they carry. We've got a prayer ministry room where if you want to go for prayer, we've got ministry MOTs where you can have a one-to-one with someone who's an experienced children's minister. They've been doing it for many years, and you can just sit one-on-one with them and kind of we take our cars for an MOT, don't we? And I go, is there anything wrong? Where are we going? Is it time to change it? What's happening? And so this is your ministry MOT, a chance just to sit with somebody and go, this is where we're up to. This is what worked well. I want to see more of this. How can I move into this? And just have a chance to reflect with someone. And I know there's more stuff going on. We've got a connection point for those if you're just there for the first time and you don't know anybody. We've got a place where you can go and meet other people who don't know anybody so that you can leave, hopefully, knowing somebody. But yeah, loads going on.
There's loads and loads. As you say, it's not just one group of people that this is for. You've got senior leaders, you've got people working with children and young people in the churches. So there's stuff for them. Mark Arnold, I met last year from the Additional Needs Alliance, obviously one of your speakers as well. There are so many things there. It's not one of those where you just want to pop in. I mean, you could do. Why would you want to? When you get in, you think, do you know what? I need to stay.
Yeah, well, if you can't make the whole weekend, we do have Saturday tickets for you to pop along for. But yeah, I would really encourage people to come for the whole weekend. A lot of people, you mentioned Mark Arnold, the whole Additional Needs Alliance team are incredible. We've got a friend of this station coming along, as you've mentioned her already. She's going to be talking all about the sensory, sensory church?
Sensory healthy church. Yeah.
Sensory healthy church, that's it. She's amazing. I know Anne-Laure is loved by the people who are here. We've also got Kay Morgan-Gurr and Mark Arnold, who between them, they pitch in 10 minutes into different sessions all over the place and look at it from an additional needs perspective. Mark's also speaking on belonging for families with SEND. He's got a whole hour to talk about that. Do you know what? A lot of families, we want to support them, but how can we help them feel like they're part of the family? When actually they end up sat out with their kid because no one else can manage them. And how can we do better about that? We also have a church, a group, I'm not going to say who are going to win the Additional Needs Award, who have done I almost let slip a secret thing there. That's Saturday night, just celebrating how they've done, this particular group of people have done an incredible work supporting children with additional needs. If we could replicate what they've done in every church in the UK, that would help. I mean, it's something like 1 in 4 children now have additional needs. So this is not a side issue off in the corner. This is a major part. And of course, we've got the guys from TLG, Transforming Lives for Good. They're talking about trauma-informed mission and ministry with children and families. And there's just so much going on. I'm so excited for it all, as you can probably hear. But the excitement comes from the fact that it's not the conference. But my wife and I, we don't want to run a conference. What we do want to do is see this generation encounter Jesus, and to be in a space where there are a whole load of other people who are working tirelessly and passionately to reach children for Jesus. It is so exciting. I was speaking with someone the other day, and they were saying they've been doing some studies in various areas in the UK. They were saying something like in some areas they've discovered 90% of toddlers go to the mother and toddlers groups run by a church. 90% of all toddlers in certain areas the church is alive. God is doing stuff, and we just want to equip that and really see people go. We've got Alan Charter from Global Children's Forum speaking about missional families, and which are the essential building block of church. How can we help our families to be really missional? And we've got Jo Hadjier. She's coming over from One Hope Europe, just talking about some of the studies that they've been doing, understanding today's generation, equipping tomorrow's church. And of course, we've got our resident researcher for Hand in Hand, Sarah Holmes, who she works for Script Union and for CYM and for One Hope University as well. And she'll be sharing some of the latest research that's been taking place into children's ministry. It's such an exciting time to be alive. I know we read the news and everything's dark and dismal, but when we read the church and we read the Bible, we see that God is on the move. People are turning. This generation is open to the Lord. They just need to hear about him.
Absolutely, completely, totally agree. I'm really looking forward to it, bringing a little team with us so we can do some live radio. So we'll have interviews, some of the exhibitors, maybe delegates as well, live from the site. That's the plan anyway. It's always with the caveat of God willing. Technology allowing, but we'll do our best. Olly, I really am genuinely excited about this because having worked in children's ministry in the past, now I don't do that, but I'm still passionate about those who do. And even if you're not working with children or in whatever in your local church, you've probably got somebody who is. So why don't you come and then you can support them and maybe steer them, maybe gift them a pass so they can come along and get some resourcing.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, isn't it? Again, this is what the church should be, that we're all supporting and helping each other to achieve what God has called us to be. And we should celebrate it. This is what's happening. So, as you say, Andy, if you're not children's leader, why not send one of yours along and say, look, I'll pay for you to go, and give them that treat so that they get to be part of it.
And get resourced, built up, encouraged, being people of like mind. I mean, it's that thing of iron sharpens iron, and this is very much specifically iron. It's the right type of iron and the right type of iron. It's even better. Yeah,
it's amazing. And actually, this conference is run by the Kingsway CLC Trust. They have such a passion for ministry. So if you're saying, I'm not interested in children, I don't like children, I never was a child, I skipped that bit, I came out as an adult, then it's still worth it. I would say taking a look at Kingsway CLC Trust and what they're doing. They currently are just launching a very exciting project. Our offering is going to be going towards these guys at the conference on Saturday evening. It's called Rebible. They want to rebible the whole nation. In other words, let's get Bibles out into the nation. You might think, well, what does that actually look like? For them, it looks like this. They are getting hold of and investing to get 1 million Bibles, and they're selling them to churches in groups for £1 per Bible. Yes, £1 a Bible for the churches to take them and then just give them out like Smarties. And already we're hearing stories come back of people who are taking them and giving them out along the way. It's incredible. And I know we're talking about Hand in Hand and all that's happening there, but I guess I just want to encourage you. God is moving in this nation. If you take nothing else from this slot, God is moving in this nation at this time. We are seeing great things happen. I was just chatting with someone today who's designing the program actually for the conference, and he was telling me how one of his sons, middle-aged sons, he's at a stage where he's been playing in a football team and thinking, am I getting a bit old to play this church football thing? But there's lots of people who don't know Jesus. He got 20 Bibles, gave them out to people in the football team, and they said, thank you for these. And one of them was, I always wanted to buy a Bible of my own, but I felt embarrassed to. Well, he started to meet with them now, just from that simple act. He's meeting with quite a few of them every single week, just going through, this is what the gospel is. Read this bit, we'll talk about it and see how it's going. So there is something that God is stirring in our nation at this time that we get to be a part of. And I am so looking forward to 2 weekends' time when I'm in a room with a bunch of people who love the Lord and who love the next generation, and we get to spur each other on for what God has for us.
Which is the bit that I found exciting last year, even though I wasn't getting involved with some of the stuff because I'm not working with children. It doesn't matter. I can cheer people on. I can be encouraging to them as well. I've been there. I know how hard it is. I'm looking forward to next weekend. If people are thinking, hey, look, do you know what? One of the people in my church, I want to help them get along, or I want to come along myself. How can they do that? Do you have tickets left? What do they have to do to get one?
Yeah, they just need to go to handinhandconference.com. No spaces, handinhandconference.com. And you'll find all of the details. All the stuff we've been talking about is on there. Food availability, where you can get accommodation, how much tickets cost. All of that is available online, handinhandconference.com.
I'll come back to the website. There's food. Talk to us about food. Food is always good. Food is always helpful.
So food, well, you have to buy your food when you come. So your conference gets you in, but you can bring your own food with you if you like. But we also have an outdoor food van, which is selling outdoor food van type stuff. We've got a cafe that has sandwiches and pasties and cakes and all that kind of thing. And we have a restaurant that is serving, I think it's serving curry one day and lasagna another day, available for you as well. So there is lots of great stuff available. No one's going to go hungry whilst they're with us. We've got water on tap as well. That's important.
Very good. Anything we missed?
Well, I think we haven't said where it is. It's in Birmingham,
very good.
West Bromwich. So it's coming up 2 weekends' time, which is the 6th to the 8th. We've been looking at next year, the year after. I've got to make sure I give the right date. 6th to the 8th of February, 2026. That's 2 weekends' time, Friday to the Sunday. And it's in the Bethel Convention Centre in West Bromwich. Hand in Hand Conference.
Excellent. Handinhandconference.com if you want to find out more. Book yourself a ticket, a place, take your local church group, pay for them to go instead. Hey, there's a thought for you. But get yourself down there. It will be good for so many reasons. It was exciting last year. We're more excited about being part. If we can help someone encourage this year, hey, it'll be good. Olly, thank you. Handinhandconference.com. Go there, get yourself a ticket, get yourself to West Bromwich. A week on Friday. You won't regret it.
Thanks, Andy.
Here at Pure 24/7 Radio, we have had the privilege of speaking to some amazing people with amazing stories.
Now, what about, I thought I'd go a bit further, what about goat and sheep's milk?
Yes.
Becoming quite popular. Very similar to cow's milk. So we don't use it in the first year of life, you can afterwards. And their nutrient profiles, how good they are, is pretty similar to cow's milk. Allergenicity, how often do they cause allergies? About the same. They're a bit more expensive sometimes. Yeah, it's pretty equivalent.
Yeah, we're really excited, especially excited for Josh because it's his first book and he's really passionate with that Gen. Do you say Gen Z or Gen Z? I've heard it said in...
I don't know. I'm too old. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not in that age category, so we've not got a clue what they're called.
It's a pot boiler. It's a good, exciting popcorn thriller. I didn't think it was anything too special, but I think watching it at home, people will probably enjoy it more than I did going to the cinema to see it. Really good film. I love it. You know, I walk into a cinema and I turn my phone off. Nobody can get hold of me for a couple of hours. I'm in a completely other world. You know, every single time I go to the cinema, and for me, it's like going to Oz. You know, it's like going to another world and escaping and relaxing, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
If you have missed any of these interviews or would like to hear them again, you can. Simply head over to our catch-up section at www.pure247radio.org. That's www.pure247radio.org.